Hey everybody, Syntax77 here, and today it's time for a little feedback video. That's right, I'm going to need help from you, the viewer, to help me out with a little task. You see, right now it is deep in the heart of summer, and it is time to stop playing around and start doing some hiking. More specifically, it's time for a nice backpacking adventure video. So I've already narrowed it down to the general location, which is going to be, drumroll, the White Mountains, going back to New Hampshire. Now I got a list of other locations that we haven't done videos on yet, and we're going to get to those, but right now we got to get back to the Whites. Just can't help myself. Now what I'm asking from the viewer is a little help with trip ideas. Basically, I'm looking to do probably a loop. Out and backs are fine, but most likely a loop. I'm going to be going for 3 days and 2 nights. So I'm going to drive up the night before, standard routine, sleep in the car, wake up, get an early start on the first day, camp for the first night, full day of hiking, camp for the second night, and then work my way back on the third day. I don't want to get back to the car too late on the third day, so the last day will probably be more like 2/3 of a day or a little over half a day, something like that. Playing it safe so I can drive myself 9 hours south back home. Now mileage in the Whites, I'd say compared to other places, 1 mile in the Whites is probably worth 1.5 miles anywhere else, if not 2 miles, depending on the terrain. So unlike my Smoky Mountains video, which I just did not too long ago, that was a similar time structure of 3 days, 2 nights. I did 57, close to 60 miles. Probably not going to push that many miles on this. So instead of 20 miles a day, we're probably going to be looking at maybe 10 to 15 max is what I'm thinking. So maybe 40, 45 total for the 3-day trip. As far as shelter goes, I will be bringing a hammock on this trip as opposed to a tent, so I won't be quite so restricted when it comes to having to stay at a tent site. So I'm really just looking to find a good loop or route in general, and as long as I can find 2 trees to put my hammock up, I'm good to go. In the Whites, even though some people get a little confused about this, for the most part, in most places, you can camp off trail as long as you are a decent amount off trail, usually about 200 feet away from the trail. If you can find a good spot, you can camp. Now the downside of that is usually finding a flat spot for a tent is almost impossible in the Whites, but with the hammock, I should have some opportunity there. So as long as it's in a non-restricted area, I am open to routes that don't have actual campsites along them. Also, unlike the Smokies trip that I was just on, I won't have to worry about registration or knowing in advance exactly where I'm going to be, so I'll have some flexibility in terms of how much I actually pump out for mileage each day. Areas that we've already done before, I'm willing to revisit, but I'd like to do it in a new way. Let's see, what have we already done videos on? Mike and I went to the Wild River Wilderness. That was fun. We did the Black Angel Trail, stuff like that. That was a little more rural. I do prefer a rural area with less people. Makes for better videos without people around, and I kind of like the solitude. But at the same time, you know, I'm willing to suck it up and get some good views as well, because, well, nobody wants to see me just walking around in the woods staring at trees all day. So if, you know, we got to go to a little more populated area to get some views, that's fine too. We've touched on the presidentials in our earlier video where we did the full 5 days. I'm thinking maybe even something involving Presidential Range, and then as like half of a loop, and then we switch back into maybe some rural area to complete the loop, something like that. So if you have any ideas involving that, that would be cool. I've never actually done a full presidential traverse, so I guess maybe if there's some way to work a presidential traverse on the front end and then on the second day come back around. You know, these are things I'm going to have to look at, but I know a lot of you out there are familiar with the area more than I am and have been through it, so if you got any ideas, let me know. Where else have we gone now that I'm talking about this? Well, actually, speaking of Mike, he probably won't be coming on this trip with me. This will be a solo trip most likely. Mike will be coming out with me. He's given me some dates in the future, and I'm probably going to drag my wife out there with me again. I haven't picked a location for that, but so this will most likely be a solo trip. Let's see, I've gone up in that spring video to do Mount Adams, and we did the Airline Trail, and what else? King Ravine. So we've done that area before. I'm really in the early phases here. I'm starting to, you know, gear up the old Google, go through hikenh.com forums, going to start checking NewEnglandTrailConditions.com, and of course getting the old maps out. Got plenty of maps. You know I like maps. Some I bought, some I stole from old ladies. Point is, I got a nice collection. Let's see, you know, we could do Franconia, Pemigewasset. We got a map section here, Crawford Notch, Sandwich Range, Moosilauke, Kinsman, Carter Range, Evans Notch, and North County Mahoosics. And then, of course, as mentioned before, the Presidential Range. Whew. Always tough to stay away from that one. Speaking of maps, I do get feedback every once in a while, people asking me what are the best maps for going to the whites, what's a good source, and I don't really think there's any competition. The official AMC maps are, I think, the way to go. Get the waterproof, tear resistant, lightweight ones. Since we're on the subject, you can get them directly from AMC, I'm sure, or at any online retailer, you know, Amazon, or at the store, EMS. You know, I don't know if I've seen them at EMS just sitting down on the shelves, but I know you can order them online pretty quick and easy. Probably costs you about 10 bucks a piece, but it's worth it. They're nice and lightweight. Anyway, enough about maps. Back to you, the viewer, and helping me out. I'd like to hopefully get some good discussion going down in the old comment section below, like I always say in these videos, or if you want to go more long form, got a nice little forum set up at syntax77.com. We're starting to get some decent discussion going over there, so you can always post over there, and then of course you could always drunk tweet me at syntax77 on Twitter. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys throw at me, what ideas you got. Just feel free to hit me up and we'll try to come up with something. And then even after I do the trip, you know, keep the conversation going. It's all about just sharing ideas on this channel and having a good time. So till next time, I'm Syntax77 and have fun out there.